Hi, and welcome to the We Adventure Northwest podcast. I'm Wes, also known as We. I've been adventuring over 5 decades now, and man, do I have some stories to tell you. So join me, the intern, who just happens to be my wife, and the girlfriends. Yeah, she knows all about the girlfriends. So grab a beer and join us on the porch.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right,
You ready?
I'm ready.
Hey guys, it's We here with We Adventure Northwest. How are you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, how are you guys doing tonight?
I don't know. That was kind of an awkward question.
It was kind of awkward
Yeah.
since I can't really tell us.
Oh.
I can tell you that I picked up a new nickname tonight.
Yes, you did. Holy crap.
So not only am I the intern.
Do I get to tell them or...
The-
No, I want you to tell them because I want you to own this.
Okay. My new nickname is the Funsucker.
Funsucker!
You know, and it sounds like a really fun name. Like, you're such a funsucker.
Yeah,
It's not a
oh
good
my
name.
gosh.
So we were out with a group of people this evening, having beverages of the adult kind.
Yeah.
And
they want to move it on to the
the
next
stop.
which is just down the block.
Sure.
And the Funsucker says,
Also known as the intern.
I think I need to go home.
I think we were planning on recording a podcast.
So I just want to say, Funsucker,
Yeah.
intern,
Uh-huh.
that it was only 7:30 at night.
Sure.
So,
Sure. But it's now 8:45.
and I'm listening to all these people, and
Yeah.
I'm listening to all these people on the sidewalk while we were debating this, which I had to giggle because they're all going, well, gosh, I've been up since 6, and I've been up since 5:30, and I go, Jesus Christ, I get up at 4 every day.
I know, right?
It's like not a big deal. I'm ready to go across the street.
You're a party
And it's like,
animal.
oh, man. Yeah, well, so you know what?
Tell me.
I'm a party animal while I'm there.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it's done, it's like, okay, I'm tired. I need to go to bed.
I know.
I'm going to admit to that.
The whole ride home, you were yawning, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
no.
know.
No,
I know. I said,
you
I
got
got
to
a
do a
podcast.
podcast.
I got a podcast to do. No problem. I
So-
can do this.
Is it okay that I'm a fun sucker? That I'm
No.
like, oh,
No.
okay.
I'm gonna take that to the grave.
So you would rather record a podcast at midnight or just skip it altogether?
Oh yeah, no, I would do it late.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Would you?
I would.
Okay.
I would do one late.
Hey, what are you drinking tonight?
So I'm back. Oh, gosh, you know what the so means,
Mhm.
right? That's a party foul.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. We haven't blown the keg yet.
Mhm. I know we need to have people out to the house so we can blow this keg.
I know. That's what we usually do.
Yeah.
And we usually don't keep these things to ourselves.
Here's the
We
thing. This one's
usually-
pretty stout. I haven't been able to
This
really
one is
drink
a rough
like
one. It's so
a pirate.
smooth. Yeah, but it's all double IPA. And if you
It's-
guys know what a double IPA does,
It's smooth.
there's a high percentage. This is like a 9.5, 9.6.
9.5, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty stout. So, Beer on the Porch this week again is brought to you by Crux, which is out of, I believe, Bend, Oregon.
Yes, I think you're right.
Central Oregon. And hey, just a shout out to Oregon.
What?
I know we live here,
The whole state?
the whole state.
What?
We have some incredible microbrews.
Oh, I see where you're
I
going.
mean,
Yeah.
hands
Yeah.
down. I
For
may be biased,
no.
but I think we are the capital and the king
Yeah.
of the craft beers.
No, I'm with you.
I think we produce some really outstanding
Yeah.
and hefty
From the coast to the
beers
east
that
side,
will. Oh yeah,
we're
for sure. That
definitely-
will knock
Yeah.
your,
Knock your
what
face off.
in the dirt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So kudos to Oregon.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
I think you're doing a good job. Hey, but I do want to give a shout out. Before we started the show,
Uh-oh.
we were out with a bunch of friends,
Yeah.
a bunch of your colleagues,
Yes.
which we won't mention who they are, but a bunch of your colleagues at a little speakeasy we like to call tap room.
speakeasy?
Well, tap room. Tap house.
Clint's
Tap
going
room.
to be like, what?
I know Clint's going to go,
Yeah.
what am
are
I
they talking
doing now?
about?
So I want to throw a shout out to 3 Sheets
3 Sheets.
Brewing.
Yeah.
So, hey, Clint,
Downtown Albany.
if you want to be a sponsor, hey, I'm open to
Right. Some 3 Sheets beer.
So let's talk.
What did you
talk
have
numbers.
over at 3 Sheets?
Oh my gosh, one of my favorite. Which is a
double
ni-
IPA.
yeah, it's a
You're
9.5.
really getting hearty tonight.
Yeah,
with your
so it's
doubles.
it's on the porch. So yeah, we're rocking and rolling tonight.
We are totally rocking and rolling tonight. We've got. Well, I switched.
Yeah, you did.
So when we came home, I said I wanted to stop and get some wine. I thought I got a white Zin. I didn't.
That's looking pretty red.
It's a white Merlot.
Ooh.
So we're gonna see how I'm feeling in the morning.
Well, that's probably tasty.
Good. You want to try it? Go ahead. Yeah,
for sure.
you might like it.
You know, you keep everybody busy. And I'll take a sip.
You
of
just
it.
take a sippy sip of that. Yeah, but I thought right.
Good aroma.
Yeah, good
I like
aroma. You're so fancy.
I know,
I'm not fancy. So shout out to you, Steve and Shemitzas for getting us the keg a couple weeks ago, and of course Megan and Tony.
You know,
shout out
Shmitza,
to
if
those
you want to be a
listeners.
sponsor too.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, we're
let-
open.
Yeah, let's negotiate
We can
this.
totally put
So-
another tap on the kegerator. We're not limited
for
to
sure.
just one.
But they really do us justice, and they really
take
help
care
us
of
out.
Absolutely. Every time we're in there, so we
we're
really
always
appreciate
looking
them.
for sponsors.
Sure.
And the only reason I say that is this is not cheap to
this-
do.
Well, and you guys, it's going to get more expensive because wait till you hear about our day today. You're going to find out why we need all the Patreon sponsors.
Oh my goodness!
So I should just lead off with that. Head over to www.
blah blah blah. Yeah.
I'm having my wine.
Yeah.
www.patreon.com/WeAdventureNW and pick out a team.
Hey, and remember, it's only a couple. The minimum is a couple bucks a month.
Yeah, it's a couple
That's
bucks a
it.
month. Yep. And it helps really support the podcast.
For
buy
sure.
beer,
For sure.
get us some cool headphones, some good audio
Bike
gear,
parts.
bike parts.
Fuel.
Yep. Cool stickers for the girlfriends.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Oh, and did we update
Yeah.
everybody last time that one of the girlfriends did upgrade his helmet so he's not running with a cracked helmet anymore?
yeah, and I think if you listen to one of the stories we had,
Yeah, he shares
we
how
talked
it cracked.
about how it
Yeah.
cracked.
Yeah, because Jess was here and she was like, wait,
Yeah,
what?
wait, I didn't hear that story. But you know, that brings me to something. I was on the web there.
The WW web?
Yeah, I was looking at the
Sure.
Facebook.
Oh, the Facebook.
Yeah, and the social media, and
the rabbit
and
hole.
I've got this one group, and I've got a couple groups. You know, one's like old guys and dirt bikes, and one's KTM riders, and I don't know. I get them all blurred up, but someone was talking about how long should they have their helmet, and if they take a good hit, should they replace it or is it good?
Oh.
And
okay.
it's like,
Okay.
you and I both know because we were in the industry
Yeah.
for quite a while.
Yeah.
And helmets don't last forever.
No.
And I think they really only recommend a helmet about 5 years is the max.
I think that's the maximum.
And, I'm going to tell you, I've got some expensive helmets sitting down here at my feet
Yeah, in the
that
podcast
I've
room.
had to just go, you know what? I need to switch them out and I need to get a new one, which
Right.
I did.
Sure.
But, I get it, guys. The shit's expensive. When you've got helmets at your feet that are, I think those are probably $300-$400 a piece.
Right.
I get it, but your helmets don't last that long.
No.
They really don't, and,
No.
and it really
So
it's,
hold on,
it's
when you're
cheap.
looking for-
It's cheap insurance. It
Oh,
really is.
yeah, because, you can live with a broken ankle. You can't really live with a broken brain. So.
No.
Yeah.
So that
Right.
is one thing.
No.
Change your helmets out.
Absolutely. So for somebody who's looking for a new helmet, what would you recommend as far as like venting, as far as like visor? I know we had the whole Snell conversation at one point.
We did. And this is a good conversation, and this wasn't even on my list to even talk about.
Well, you brought up the
tonight.
helmet safety, so I
I
thought
know,
maybe we could
but
just delve into
this
that
is-
a bit.
This is a good one. And,
as Safety Sally, I feel like it's important to educate as well as entertain.
Yeah, everybody's got their own brand that there are, they really like.
Sure, it's probably like bikes. You ride KTM,
for sure,
you ride Honda.
For sure.
Yamaha, whatever.
They like their Bell, they like their Shoei, they like their Fox.
Right.
I actually got kind of on a Fox kick right now, and I've had all the 1, 2, 3, and I think my last one, my carbon fiber one, is a 4.
Okay.
But the technology in them is so nice, and it's so great for us guys that may crash. And I'm one of those that takes a hit once in a while, and
sure.
you want a good helmet. So
yeah, like we said, you can live with a broken ankle.
Yeah, and you can always find that helmet that's inexpensive, especially these guys. I buy a lot of stuff from. I'm going to throw it out there. They could be a sponsor too. Rocky Mountain ATV.
Yeah.
I get a lot of stuff from them, and they always have good deals on there. But I know there's other outlets like, Motorsports is an outlet.
Yeah.
Chaparral is an outlet.
Yeah.
Parts Unlimited. Yeah, all those guys.
There's
they're
so
out
many.
there. Your
Right.
local bike shops. Yeah, give your local bike shops the business.
Head on over and tell Gary hi. See what he has to offer.
Yeah, for sure.
See what he can get.
That's
for
where
Sure.
you really want to start spending your money is in your local bike shops.
Right.
Is give them the money because
right.
they're there when you need them to help you out.
And they're going to give you a totally different level of customer service compared to just an online experience.
Yeah,
and really, if they've got it in stock, you can get it the same day.
Oh yeah, and you can do the online stuff, but you don't get the camaraderie,
right,
and the storytelling,
right,
and the adventures.
Sure.
And I go talk to Gary all the time, and we talk about places we want to ride and where we have ridden, and
which kind of leads us into this, because your story tonight that you wanted to tell, we were hopping around and we ended up somewhere that had the gas motorcycles.
No, you
right?
can tell them for sure.
And you said, no, I'm not even looking at that, because if I was looking for one of those, I'd go to Gary.
I would go to Gary,
no question
for sure,
where I would get that motorcycle. So you weren't not even looking at it. You were like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, they look great on the showroom, but this isn't the showroom I buy them from. So
and that shout out to Gary at Grand Prix. If I was in the market for a gas, I would definitely give him my business. And anybody else that carries gas, no. I'm not gonna. Right. No, I'm not gonna buy a gas from you.
Just have such a good relationship.
Yeah, Gary hooks me up on a lot.
Right.
In fact, I feel
like Gary's like a sponsor, but not like he sponsors everybody who rides. He's just a good all around. I'll give you the best deal I can.
I love Gary because he'll take parts off of a bike.
Yeah.
That the gas still has a lot of parts that I use, and the last time I was in there, he didn't have it on a part I needed on the shelf.
Right.
But there was one on a bike.
Right.
And he goes, dude, just take it off that bike. I'll sell it off the bike. I'll get a new one for that bike.
Oh.
And it's like that's the kind of customer service
you're
you
here
get
today. Let me take care of you.
Yeah, and with Grand Prix is out of Albany, Oregon. That's the kind of
remind me, and I'll tag them in the show notes so that we can send people over there.
Yeah.
Tell Gary.
But he always does me. He always does me. He does me good. Yeah.
So that brings us into what today's topic is really about and what we did for kind of our Saturday date day. Like we went out for a...
Yeah, because a lot of weekends we like to get away. Because, I mean, we have full-time jobs. And then we come back and we have this job.
Right.
And which this takes up time.
Sure.
But... We also need
to take adventures. We need to get out of the house.
Have time for ourselves.
Right.
And so I'll be honest with you guys. Here's how the story starts. Here's how the adventure of this story starts. So
of a lovely lady.
Yeah, exactly. With 3 kids.
Of
and a dog
hanging out on the couch.
Gosh, you're good. You know this lyric. Right? I don't even know these lyrics.
I just made them up as I went.
Yeah. So,
Join me
that's
every
another
Friday.
story I have. But anyways, 3 times a week she's here.
There I am.
So, now I've totally lost concentration here.
How all of this started this
Oh,
week.
my
I came home and
goodness.
said, "Hey."
No.
Oh.
No. That is
Even
not how
before.
it starts. I'm going to... Listen, Funsucker.
Sorry. I'm going to drink my
So-
white Merlot that's red.
I'm having a bad day at work.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember now.
You know what? Go get my phone.
No, I have mine.
Oh, I have
it
my phone right here. Duh. Okay, so let me tell you this, guys. So here's how the conversation goes.
Easy.
No, I won't say any of the inappropriate stuff.
He's on his third beer, guys, so I have to kind of play mediator.
I know.
here.
No. I'm not going to say anything about that. So here's the text I get.
Hold on, let me find it. Hold on.
You got it?
No, not yet. Where's my hubby hubba? Okay, there we go. Hold
I'm
on.
not going to lie to you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm at work, and I say,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to throw it out there because I'm not scared.
Okay, I'm scared.
I said, this is dumb.
And you sent a Bitmoji.
And I sent a Bitmoji, and I said, I can't even.
You were
And
melodramatic.
then I'm irritated because I'm not going to go into it, but I'm irritated at work. And I said, this is dumb.
What'd I say?
Okay, I shouldn't be doing this. This is unproductive
This
work.
is dumb. Yeah.
So I get this text immediately back, and it says,
Well, maybe not immediately unless
no,
I
it
was on a break.
No, it was.
No,
Okay. Oh, with your work, yeah. Okay, so it was when you had a break time. You didn't have your phone at the desk with you, because that would be unproductive work.
Way to throw me in.
Yeah,
the
sorry.
bus.
You got a winker. You got to give me a cue, some kind of cue saying, "Hey, my employers might listen to this podcast too." Yeah. Get me out of this.
Pineapple.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
after
So
I
you
say
said
this
that
is
this is
dumb,
Yeah.
it's so unproductive for
Right.
me.
This is dumb.
Then you send me back one immediate. Whenever you were on your break, I mean.
Yeah.
That says snap! Exclamation point 3 times. So that's
All caps.
yeah, so that means something, right? So it says you're making it worse by not having a good attitude.
Boom.
Okay, right there. That is so true.
That's what you always say.
Yeah. And what do I always say that just irritates the crap out of
It
you?
irritates the shit out of me.
And I
Really.
want you to tell them
You're
what it
the
is.
only person that can make yourself have a bad day.
Exactly.
It's
You are the only person that can give yourself a bad day. And
It's
I was
not.
giving myself a bad
You
day,
were.
and I was giving myself a bad attitude.
You were.
And so here's what you said after that. If you change your attitude today, I love this. If you change your attitude today, I will go with you tomorrow to Bike Shop. Now, after I saw Bike Shop, I didn't even read the rest of the...
I could tell.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm saying,
Done. And that was your reply. You're
and
like, done.
I didn't even read the rest of it. And it's like the rest of it, which I'm probably reading for the
Right.
first time, is tomorrow to Bike Shop so you can sit and see all the new bikes.
Right.
Then we will do lunch, just you and me, quality time together.
You
I
didn't
didn't
read
even
any of
I
that.
didn't even read that. I'll
Are
be
you
honest
kidding
with you.
me?
No.
See, I thought
I
we were going to
only
go buy a
read
bike. Son
I
of a bitch.
only read I will go with you tomorrow to the bike shops. Cuz
I know.
I'm looking for a new bike,
Sure.
right?
Yep.
And
And I'm just looking to cheer you up.
I know. And of course I'm like done.
I know. You were. And I think that was the end of the
Yeah,
conversation.
I think it was. Then
No,
I didn't
you
talk
asked
to you
me
the
to
rest of it.
contact our
Yeah,
accountant.
that's
Like,
true.
hey,
Yeah,
by the
I
way,
said
I haven't
get
heard
get a
from
hold
you.
of our accountant. We need to figure this out because I need to write a new bike off. But anyways, so that was basically our date day was
do I need to ask
to
your
look for a
coworkers
new-
if you
new
like
bike.
snapped out of it? Were you in a good mood the rest of the day? Were you like positive and uplifting?
You know what? You always told me this. Fake it till you make it.
That's so true.
So I'm going to be honest with you. I faked it all day just so I could
No, I
go
think
bike
that's
shopping
fine.
today.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, no. So we is in the market for a new bike. Now I love my KTM that I have now.
And your Honda.
And my Honda that I haven't ridden in probably
Harvey wall hanger.
your Harvey wall hanger
That
that
was
I
last
haven't probably
episode.
ridden in years. Well, I don't know. Maybe I broke it out last year.
Yeah, because
The
you
thing
reminded
has
yourself
not-
how heavy it is.
Yeah, the thing has not been out. I
No.
haven't taken it off the property.
No, you keep calling it your buddy bike.
Yeah, I got called out on that. Let me tell you that. I got called out on that today because one of the girlfriends was telling me we put a picture up on the Facebook.
You and the Facebook.
Me and the Facebook. And the intern put one up, and immediately one of the girlfriends texted me and said, "Oh my God,
it was within seconds.
It's about goddamn time. Are you pulling the trigger today?" And it's like, whoa, slow your ass down. Slow your ass down. I'm not pulling the trigger today. I've got too many decisions. These bikes are like $10,000 now.
Okay, which I did not realize, you guys.
I guess I forgot to tell her how much I paid for the last one.
Like, I've been all for this. I'm like, oh yeah, we'll just get a few Patreons.
Yeah, this is why it's better to ask forgiveness.
Holy crap. Yeah, so while he's looking at these bikes, I'm kind of hanging it back, taking pictures and posting to the Facebook, being PR.
And you're looking at the picture going, holy shit, what is that,
and then
the price?
I zoom in,
what,
and I'm like,
what the hell are those numbers?
Wait, is that comma in the right place? Yeah. I'm like, $9,226.
No, it was 9,800.
That was the
so it's
second
99.
one. Yeah.
So it's basically $10,000 for a bike. And I know that is stupid money for a dirt bike anymore. Because when I was a kid, God, you could buy a dirt bike for $300.
You could buy half of my FJ.
Oh, for sure.
No, for sure.
I know. For sure.
When we're looking at this and I'm thinking, wow, I didn't realize this, and here
This is why we need a good accountant, which we have. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. Shout out to Jim.
Yeah, thanks to Jim.
God, thank goodness for Jim. He's been our accountant. Here's a funny story. He's been our accountant for 20 years. So I call him this afternoon. I'm like, hey, Jim. He's like, hey, how'd you get the secret bat phone number? I'm like, yeah, exactly. You called me from it last weekend. I promise I'm not stalking yet. But then I said, hey, Wes wanted me to call, see how you were doing. He's like, oh, I already filed for your extension. I got a quarter of a way through your taxes, figured out you're getting money back and put them aside. I'm like, that's what I figured. I just needed to let Wes know that you were on top of it.
He's like, what's this whole We Adventure shit?
Yeah,
is this a hobby? And I go, no, this is not a hobby. This is my job.
This is your retirement.
Yeah, I have to make money at this.
For sure. I know. He's so nice.
I know he is.
You guys, if you don't have an accountant,
no, you need to get one.
You need to get one.
And
that was the best decision we made 20 years ago.
Yeah, and I love doing what I do.
Of course.
I love doing what I do here. This is my favorite thing to do.
I know.
And it really, I know you keep telling me as soon as, and I do. I am like a squirrel. If this becomes a job to me, then I'm done.
You're not going to want to do it.
I'm done.
Yeah.
If anything, if I stop having fun, and I said this a long time ago, I think, remember when I was at Honda World, Power Sports, that someone asked me that, and I said, as soon as this becomes a job to me,
I won't want to do it.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'll find something different because I just don't like to work that way.
We skirt the line sometimes.
We do.
I mean, we get to doing podcasts on a regular basis, and you're like, you know what? I'm done. I need to just take a break. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I need to get on my bike.
That's
what it's all about.
And that's what it is I need to ride. And usually when I'm having a rough time doing a podcast, I haven't ridden for a while.
We've had rain for 70 days.
Jesus Christ, it's rained for a long time.
Well, we've had massive. Oh my goodness.
I do not like the mud. You spend too much time cleaning, and I hate it. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to chase the sun. That's what my goal is.
Sure, but there are
I want to
times
chase the sun.
that where we live in this beautiful country of
for
ours.
Sure. It's green for a reason.
Well, and we get a lot of rain days. So there are times that I have to kick you out of the house and be like, just go around the track. Do something. Because you need to rejuvenate your soul because you are just crabby.
And I do own rain gear. So I do put that on every once in a while and go ride.
Yeah.
So
So it's not your favorite, but
no,
there's just times you just have to. You have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just drive me to drink.
Yeah, I know.
Ugh.
I know.
I mean, it doesn't take much.
We did a Facebook. The Facebook.
Why do we call it the Facebook? Because we're freaking old.
Because we're freaking old people.
We're gonna go on the Facebook.
Yeah.
Do a Facebook Live on the Facebook.
So we talked
Where do
about
I get that voice. That's so manly.
That is you. That's not me.
No, me. I know.
Yeah. That's
The
my
listeners know the
intern.
difference.
That's my intern.
Yeah, they know the difference too.
Yeah. So,
Hi,
anyways,
everybody. Hey.
no, but oh my God, that's weird. Don't even do that. Don't do that. Don't ever do that again. Oh my
I regret everything.
yeah. No, don't do that.
Okay.
I don't even know why people listen to us. I'll be honest with you.
They love us.
This is just like nonsense. And all it is I would lose interest. I'm going to just go, you guys are idiots.
You guys are crazy. No, I've told you, I've listened to us on my way to work, and I laugh at us. Like, and then I hear from other people, they're like, yeah, I was listening to you guys today and I was laughing. I'm like, yeah, me too.
I know.
Like, I find us freaking hilarious.
I know. I will say, I do. Every once in a while I go, oh my God, I'll listen to it and I'll go, oh my God, that was hilarious.
What'd you get?
It just told me to breathe. I must be getting worked up again.
You are getting worked up again.
God,
Apple Watch.
This all this technology.
Alice does that to her all the time at work too, where she's like, oh,
It's when you get worked up, I'm telling you, and it says breathe.
What are you getting worked up about?
I don't know. I'm almost out of beer, I guess.
Oh, well, we can always pause.
Oh, I might have to.
Our listeners are used to
We
pauses.
might have to. But anyways,
Yeah.
our adventure today was
heading up, sit on some bikes.
Sit your ass on a bike or two.
See what you think. And they were busy. Well, the first place we went, they were busy.
Yeah.
And we didn't come with a trailer.
No,
so I
don't think they took us seriously because they didn't even acknowledge we were in the
Story
shop.
of our freaking life. Like when we went to pick up the fifth wheel, they're like, "Yeah, these kids are serious."
I know,
and
and it's like,
"Hello,
we could have $100 bills.
$100 bills."
Yeah, I could be like at a strip club,
No,
like
you're
I could be
not.
throwing them
No.
out like that. No,
No, we don't.
not
What?
hundreds, maybe singles, but not hundreds.
Okay.
Singles.
If you and the girlfriends are hanging out at strip clubs, there's going to be some.
We did hang out at Wild Wings one
that's
day
right. I
because
remember.
I broke down. I blew a hub
Wait.
out.
Is that considered a strip club?
No, that's
I didn't
considered
think
a
so.
sports bar.
Okay, I wasn't.
No strippers.
I wasn't sure.
But anyways, if we
Sure.
did, we would
Oh yeah.
throw out the
Just
hundreds.
throw out the-
Can you
No.
see my motion?
I can see.
I'm doing
the.
the.
Money
I'm
flying.
doing the.
$100 bills.
The. What is that called?
I
I don't
don't
even know
know.
what that's called.
I don't know what it's called either. Like, I don't know.
We're
Show me the
frickin-
money?
No, it's like when you hold your palm down and then you take your other hand and you just sit there and
You just spread it.
Can you hear
you
that?
guys hear it? Do you guys know what that means?
You just throw out
Coldplay
the
thing,
singles, right?
I
Not
think
the hundreds,
I
because
think-
I can't afford
no.
the hundreds. I could do the singles, but I can't do hundreds.
But that would be 10,000 singles. That'd take you a
no,
long time.
wait. I'm only like $10. I only did $10.
Oh, okay.
I can do that.
Oh, okay, cool.
10
That's why they didn't take it
Yeah,
seriously.
10 singles. I'm good.
They're like,
Any more than
"These
that,
guys aren't
I'm like,
serious.
whoa.
Get them a pair of gloves.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Well,
Reel it
hold
in.
on. When I came home from work last night, you're like, I am so excited for tomorrow, meaning today. You're like,
Well, yeah. Did you read the text?
yeah, I wrote it. You didn't read it all the way through.
I know.
You
I
thought
only
you were
read
bringing
half of
home
it.
Dirt bike. I
Yeah.
know, and then I kind of like wah your party foul.
Mm-hmm.
Funsucker, line 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Funsucker.
For
So
sure.
anyway, when I came home, you're like, I'm so excited. I'm gonna pretend that I've never ridden a bike before, and I said,
Oh, yeah. So
What?
I was hoping to get a salesman that
You
I could go
guys-
into.
listen to this.
Yeah. So here was my whole goal. So you got to remember back in the day, if you've seen the live on the Facebook,
Yeah.
you'll notice there is a Hawaii plate.
Yeah.
Behind
we
me.
need to bring the Utah plate up too.
Yeah, we should put a Utah plate in there.
Yeah.
But so we lived on the beautiful island of Maui
We did.
for a while, and spent some time there. And while we were
So
there, so our entertainment, because remember, it's an island. It's not
Right.
like the mainland here
No.
where we can go forever and
Nope.
have lots to do.
Mm.
You're pretty
No.
limited to what you can do, and
sure.
and
And most of it's touristy.
but yeah. So we would make up story. We would go to
We
luau's
would go to
just for
luau's.
something to do,
Sure.
and then make up.
Stories of the group tables.
Well, yeah, and we would make these fictitious careers up or IDs. We wouldn't even give our real names
No.
or our occupations.
Right.
And our occupation, I'll tell you guys, we were in the power sports. We were with Cycle World Maui.
Yeah.
And so we were working for that shop.
Yep.
And
Loved it.
Loved it. Fun times.
Oh my God,
But we
yes.
would have to have fun, and we would make up. And I think when we would introduce ourselves to all the tourists,
Yeah.
I was...
Where were you from?
we were from Idaho.
Yeah.
We said we were from Idaho.
Sometimes
And I was
Montana, depends.
and I was a gopher exterminator.
You were. You were the best.
I was top in my field.
And I would let you go for a while because
Yeah.
people were really interested in
They
that.
were going, oh my God, you kill gophers?
And
And it's
make
like, yeah,
money?
for sure. And then you were a...
Mortician's beautician.
Exactly. You made dead people look good.
I did.
So we had fun. And even to this day...
People were so curious.
Even with our what are we going on, 22, 23 years?
Yeah,
intern?
we're coming up to 23 years
So
together.
the intern and I have been together for about 23 years. And even to this day, we have fun. We still have fun with that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so we thought...
We did it on the cruise ship.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Remember I got called out for flying a kite on the back of the...
It wasn't a kite. It
it
was
was a Superman
superhero.
kite.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
It was an action figure.
another story. Pin that.
Another day.
Another day.
Another day.
Yeah, I got in trouble on a cruise
On the
ship.
cruise ship for
Yeah,
being
I
on
got
the
talked
balcony.
to.
Mhm.
But I'm used to it. So
Hold 'em
it's like
aside.
if
I
you
just
know
keep
me, if you
walking.
get to know me, and I hope a lot of you guys will get to ride with me.
Yeah. Just keep
You'll know
walking.
I'm just pretty chill, and we just roll with it.
And if I'm with you, I'm all wound up.
You're a fun sucker. So today we're out. The intern says, let's go bike shopping, and I'm like, oh,
Let's
that's
go
all I
bike
hear. Let's
sitting.
go bike
Right.
buying. So
Yeah.
that's all I hear, right?
Sure.
So we head out, and I said, as we're driving to the town with the closest KTM
Oh,
dealership,
yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, here's what we're gonna do, because we always set up a plan.
Here's the story. Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'm going to act like my buddies are convincing me to get a bike
Yeah.
to ride with. I've
Peer
never
pressure.
ridden in my life. Now,
Yeah.
you guys, you got to understand, I've been riding for over 40 years, 46, 7 years.
Yeah,
Something
we're
like that.
going-
I'm almost 50 years
Almost
in
5 decades of
yeah,
riding.
yeah. So I'm in my 40s
And he's 32.
years. Yeah, yeah. So I've been riding over 45 years for sure.
For sure.
And so we thought, we'll just go in there and I'll act like it.
didn't.
Okay, so
You-
we did.
you
We
did. Yeah. We
as
did.
we adventure said, I'm going to go in there as a newbie. Okay, well, so I got my We Adventure shirt on.
We show up in the We Adventure
and
wagon.
We got the wagon.
The FJ.
I got my bike chain. I have a bracelet that's a bike chain.
Your wedding ring's a dirt bike tire.
My wedding ring is a dirt bike tire. I think I have an OGO hat on.
You
So it's
did.
like I may not sell this as well as I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I should have probably
Yeah.
came in there a little bit toned down.
Mm-hmm.
I got my DC shoes on.
DCs, yep.
Oh, I only wear DCs.
Only. Or
So
your
we go
Puma.
in there, and God damn it,
They didn't even
they didn't even acknowledge we were in there.
No.
I pulled bikes out
get by yourself.
by myself,
I don't know. Why I said
and
by
nobody.
yourself. No.
And the only guy that came out there and said, "You need to get them while they last."
He wasn't talking to
It's
us.
like you have a whole shitload of bikes here. They're gonna last you a while.
Well, and he was talking about the Kawasaki Green.
yeah,
he was
yeah,
putting
I'm
a
not a
soul tag on the
Kawasaki
Kawi.
guy. I am not a Kawasaki guy.
Someday you might be. I always heard you were just red Honda, and you've ridden blue. You've ridden orange.
I have
you've
ridden. Yeah, so I'll do Yamaha. I like Yamaha.
That's what she said.
I like Honda. I grew up on Honda.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid. So that's my
I
dad
imagine
had a
Miss
Honda.
K will have a Honda.
Yeah, I had a Miss K will. She'll probably start out on a Honda or Yamaha, one of the two.
Yeah.
And then I'll eventually move her probably to a KTM.
Oh, and then one of those tiny street bikes.
Oh man, did you see the little? Yeah, but did you see the little dirt bikes? The
Yeah.
KTMs.
Did you see the little gas?
Those were. Let's pin that because those were the trials,
Right.
weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't want to get her on trials. I want to get her on a dirt bike.
I mean, later, like 12, 13.
Oh, well, maybe, but her
In this case, our
grandpa
granddaughter,
is
in
going to
case you guys
have
were wondering.
one by then, too.
Sure.
So, anyways, we didn't get to pull that off, right?
No, nobody.
So I
even
was
paid us any
pretty
mind.
disappointed when we left, and we looked and
You
we
were a
spent.
little hurt.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was butt hurt.
We pulled out of the parking lot
Really slow to
Stacey.
show all our logos and say,
We're so
"You
bad.
guys screwed up." I don't
Like
know
on
if they
Pretty
did or
Woman,
not,
where
but
she walks
they.
out with the
but
bags
yeah,
and she's like, "You work on commission.
Yeah,
Big mistake."
yeah. So
That's
we
not how
think
Julia
we're a
said
big
it.
deal, but we're probably really not.
We're probably not a big
No.
deal.
So,
You should have done the $100 bill.
because honestly, we weren't buying today anyway.
we weren't. They could see that.
It was a research day. So, anyways, we didn't get to pull that scam, and then so we went to and that was the KTM dealer.
Yeah.
And then I want to pin that because I want to tell you
Well,
why
hold on.
I'm not pulling the trigger yet.
Okay. Do we want to talk about that while we talk about the KTMs, or do you want to talk about the other brand that we looked at and then compare the two?
No, I want to talk about the other brand, and then I want to compare the two.
Okay. So we left KTM.
So we left the KTM dealer. And okay, so if you guys haven't been following my Instagram or the Facebook, you guys will know that I ride KTM now. I've ridden Honda, Yamaha, all that, but right now my go-to is KTM. But one of the girlfriends has got a Husqvarna 2-stroke 300 Zach Swash.
Right.
And he lets me ride it whenever I want to, which is cool. And so does the other girlfriend, which has the KTM 300.
I like how you ride the girlfriends whenever you want to.
So yeah, I ride the girlfriends whenever I want to, which is cool.
That is cool. I'm so lucky.
Yeah. In the shaggin' wagon.
Oh, God.
And
In your jean jorts.
yeah, with the jean jorts. Okay.
I don't even know what episode number that is.
That's like episode, I don't know, 16.
Oh, look at you.
16 maybe? 15, 16, 17, 16? I don't know.
You're
Yeah,
kind
I
of
know you're
amazing.
looking at it. I know you're trying to find it. So anyways, so man, Husky has got the product out right now. And they have made some big changes this year. I don't know if you guys know this, but like in the dirt bike world, so I am looking for 2-stroke. I'm going back to 2-stroke.
Okay.
I'm getting I'm going to keep my 4-stroke. I'm going to keep the buddy bike.
And the other buddy bike?
And the other buddy bike. Now, did I tell you about being called out on that?
No.
I guess I should
think
go.
We started.
I think we started.
And then we got sidetracked
Okay,
by
so
something.
I've already looked at the KTM. I'm going to Husky to look at them. But then I've got one of the girlfriends texting me at the same time, right? And he's telling me, here, let me go. Since I have my phone here,
This is so
let
convenient.
me because this one girlfriend of mine will call me out all the time. And
Episode 16.
yeah, so episode 16. So here it is. So it's, are you pulling the trigger? Are you finally biting the bullet and getting that new bike you've been talking about for a year? Okay, guys, I've been talking about this for a year. I've been on the research.
We did the Facebook poll.
Right. And I've been waiting for the 2-strokes to come out. So we ride the European bikes, and they put them to a fuel injection, which I ride a fuel-injected 4-stroke right now, which I absolutely love.
And the difference between a fuel injected and the other is you don't have to premix.
I don't have to mess with jetting.
Oh, yeah,
my
and the
throttle
jets.
is my throttle is crisp. It's nice. All you guys that ride fuel injection, But anyways, gosh, I gotta sneeze. So anyways, I've been waiting for the 2-stroke because the European market kept the 300 fuel injected one in Europe. They only released the 250 to the U.S. a year or two ago.
And it was not fuel injected.
And it was fuel injected, the 250.
Oh.
But the 250 and the 300 are two totally different two-stroke motors. The 250 still needs to be ran on the power band, and you need to run it, on that high level.
Okay.
Where the 300 has a lot of grunt, you can really run it just at a low RPM, and it'll do everything you want. But they did not release the fuel-injected one. Yeah, they did not release the fuel-injected one here in the U.S. until, get me right, guys, until 2019. 2018 was still carbureted. This year is 2019 is fuel-injected, and that's what I've been kind of waiting for. So I've been kind of holding my breath. So the girlfriend's telling me, are you pulling the trigger? And I'm going, no, not quite yet. There's some big changes.
Right.
So KTM has Brembo brakes and a clutch, which I absolutely love on my 4-stroke. The brakes have never faded. They're so responsive. They're way superior to the ones that I have on my Honda. And it's always been the KTM. The European bikes are just, especially on braking, are so far ahead of the Japanese bikes, I think, in my opinion. And that is only my opinion, that they are so much farther ahead. But this year, Husqvarna has gone, I can't remember what the brand is. I should have got all this. I should have wrote this down my notes.
This is why we didn't pull the trigger today.
Exactly. Because Husqvarna has got away from Brembo, and they've done a different clutch and a different brake, which is supposed to be which is supposed to be really a game changer for this. And I want to see that, and I want to ride that. But I'm really having a tough time with just like KTM, you can only get the fuel injected 2-strokes in the there's a couple enduro models. So the one I have is the XC. So I ride the KTM XC. So it's got the number plate, it's got the linkage for your suspension. It's set up, the gearing's a little different. Okay. It's a little faster bike.
Right.
But it's not set up. It's set up for enduro, but the XCW is a little bit.
Why do they do all these weird LMNOPs?
Because there's so many different things that we all do, that there's kind of a bike now specific for everything we do.
I guess I've been out of it for so long, and I was Honda for so long. I did the XR
and Honda and Yamaha and
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the Japanese, they pretty much have two bikes. They have an enduro bike.
They have a race, or they have
they have an enduro bike, or they have a motocross bike.
Okay.
And where like
this
KTM
is where I get
and
lost when you take me over to the other side, it's like
for sure. And KTM has kind of a they have their SX, which is a race bike. They have their XX or their CX, which is what I ride, which is an enduro bike, but it's set more up for MX.
That's just confusing.
And then I know. And then they have an enduro bike, which is the X. The
so what is
EXW?
Okay, so if I'm riding enduro, but it's set up more for motocross, are you saying it's just fast enduro? Like I have a lot of top end?
The gearing's different.
So higher top end,
so
not so much low.
Yeah.
So you're on the throttle.
You don't have the same grunt that you do on these other bikes.
Okay. And by grunt, you mean like the lower end power, like your logs,
exactly,
your rocks,
exactly.
And your technical stuff.
And so the bike that I ride now
look at me learning.
I know you're really good at this. So the bike that I ride now is really kind of the right in the middle. So I could actually go to the motocross track and I could race mine with not a problem.
Okay.
I could go play in the enduro cross with mine with not a problem.
Okay.
I'm kind of right in the middle, my
Okay.
bike. But the bike I'm seeking is more of that enduro and less of that track bike.
Okay.
Because to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the scars to show it. I've got the injuries to show it. I always get hurt on a track.
You do.
And I'm not saying I don't get hurt in the woods on the single track.
Sure.
But on the track, I usually, I'm not the best track guy. I'm not the most experienced track guy, and I usually end up getting hurt.
Right.
And so, and I've always been more into the technical instead of the wide open, hitting the throttle, just clutching it and
now,
hit and listen to the rev.
Days, or are you talking about? Because I remember
yeah.
the dunes, and you were pretty wide open on your three-wheeler.
My younger days, I was pretty much full throttle everywhere I went.
Yeah.
But now it's more. Now that I hate to tell you guys, now that I'm in my 50s, I'm more into the technical. I mean, that's what I've kind of set up out here is the single track that I've set out and the logs, the creek crossings.
Yeah, the
are
tires,
all
everything.
it's all real technical, and that's where I'm moving to.
Right.
And so the bikes that we were looking at today are more technical driven bikes.
Okay.
Now we did pull out a 300 XC,
that
which
was a KTM, right?
Yeah, which is really
Is that
I
the
would
one you threw
love.
a leg over?
Yep, and I would really love to go to that one. And so
Okay,
I'm going to
why?
tell you
'Cause it
a
was
real
really
quick
tall,
difference.
right?
I'm going to tell you a real quick difference.
Okay.
One has a headlight, one does not. One just
Okay.
has a number plate.
And we talked about this.
And they're both, and the XC is shorter. It's not, the seat
Headlight or
height
no
is
headlight?
not, the no headlight is not as tall as the XCW,
Okay.
which is the two-stroke with
So,
the headlight.
What does Zach have? Like, I'm looking at a picture on the wall here in the podcast.
So he has
studio.
the TE. So the TE,
You didn't
he
even
has a
mention
Husky.
that one.
No, that's the one we looked at the Husky dealer. Only we
Okay.
looked at it as it's a couple years newer. I think
Okay.
his is a 14. His is like mine.
Okay.
We're both 14s.
Okay. So, as
Bear with
safety
me because
side-
we got pictures on the walls that I'm kind of pointing at to
We
the
do.
intern.
So, if I'm looking at a safety standpoint, and we looked at a lot of bikes today, many that you didn't want that we were just kind of like oogling over. One that I wanted for a street bike that I would never ride.
Right.
But it was really cool. I don't see a con in the pros and con list of having a headlight because of shed.
Okay, so
like when you guys do the night races.
yeah, for sure. So we do a team race every year, and we
Team
do
Bananas.
we Team Bananas. That's us. We do it about 2 times a year, and we do a team race, which is
I know we need to get back out there.
which is what is it, a 4-hour race?
It is. It's long. It goes
So
from
it
goes into the
starts in
darkness.
it starts in the daylight and it ends in the dark. It ends usually around 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Right.
And it's an endurance race.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, guys.
Which is, if you've never seen one, get out there. They're extremely fun to watch.
Or if you live near us, reach out.
Yeah, reach
We can
out.
give you the
Come
information
and
on it.
we'll show you where
Yeah.
we go and come ride with us.
Yeah.
Maybe even join the team. But of course the girlfriends and I were on that team,
Right.
and we race that course, and it's usually anywhere from a 5 mile to I don't know 8-10 miles course.
Yeah.
And it takes you about, I think usually our normal laps are about anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's hauling ass.
That is. And you guys usually do 2 laps each before you come to pit.
For sure.
And you are
For
drenched.
sure. And
All
we
of
are
you guys
drenched.
like
I mean,
sweating by the time you get
it
done with
takes a
those 2
lot
laps.
out of you.
Because
Yeah.
it's technical, right?
Yeah.
This isn't just full on.
No, you got to have your cardio.
Yeah.
And people say, and I get this all the time. Oh my God, you ride dirt bikes? That is such an easy thing. And
Oh my God!
honestly,
come out to the
guys,
house when he's practicing.
it's probably it was the number 1 or number 2 most difficult and physically demanding sports that there is out there.
Well, what does your watch say every time you go out? Just
Oh my God, just riding.
Yeah.
Especially when we go just on vacation, and will be out there. I'll be burning like 10 to 15,000 calories in a 4-hour period. No, 4-hour period.
That's about how much I'm eating when you're gone.
Yeah. So
you emotionally eat when you're on the road.
So it's exhausting. I got the elliptical that I haven't been using because I'm way out of shape.
Sure.
I need to get that back in.
This is a no judgment podcast.
Yeah,
studio.
this is a no body shaming.
You be you, boo.
So, but yeah, so I was looking for.
So I guess that's the thing. You're looking at what you're going to be using it most for. So you have the Honda. That is a Harvey wall hanger. And if you haven't heard episode 19, go back and listen to it.
The thing is like 260 pounds.
It's also been in so many different states. I mean, it really is.
It's been across the water. It's hit the Maui dirt, the red dirt.
It's been in the sugarcane fields.
Pineapple fields.
In the aspens of Utah.
For sure, yeah.
Moose.
Yeah, for sure. It's been all over. It's been in Colorado.
Yeah.
It's been
It's been
in Oregon. It's been all over.
She's definitely.
I probably will never. I that's why I said that bike will probably end up being a wall hanger.
And I agree. And I'm fine with that. Just not in the office. So we're going to have to build a podcast studio outside of the house.
I think what we were getting to was the buddy bike.
Oh my God, we got so sidetracked. Okay, you keep talking about the buddy bike. I'm going to go refill my white Merlot and your beer.
It was supposed to be the buddy bike. And so my buddy calls me, and we're looking at this. I'm looking at this Husqvarna today, and he's telling me, so are you ready to pull the trigger? And I'm going, well, I don't know, because here's my dilemma. And I'm telling him about it in a text. And basically, he's telling me I'm getting old and I'm a lazy ass. And, we do a lot of trash talk.
Wait, who said this?
One of the girlfriends. But we do a lot of trash talk anyways.
Of course.
And he said, so are you going to... So here's what he said. He tells me, he said, are you going to buy this new bike before you get rid of any of the old bikes? And come on, guys. I think you're all with me because... We all have multiple bikes in the garage, in the basement. Mine are all in the basement. But we all have multiple bikes. And I know you guys do. And if you don't, I know you would. So you got that going for you. But he's like, are you going to sell the old ones before you get the new ones? And I go, no, I gotta have a backup and a buddy bike. And he says, here's what he said. He said, you have a buddy bike already and you don't ride it and you don't loan it out. Oh. And I said, okay, you're right, but we can use it. We can use another one, right? And he goes, you're an idiot. He goes, you don't use the ones you have. You only use your most recent bike.
That's true.
So he called me out.
Let me interject there.
Okay.
So when we had, I have
our episode Making New Friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a friend and his son has a bike, but he doesn't. And you've said since the beginning, if he wants to ride,
I've got a bike for him. Yeah, for sure. I've got a bike for him.
So it's not that you aren't necessarily willing to loan her out.
No.
It's just you haven't had really an opportunity to use her.
No, and I'll be honest with you, we do pack. At least when we go on, when we do travel, we pack at least 2 extra bikes. 2 to 3 extra bikes, actually. And we have...
Not for breakdowns, though.
Yeah, it really is. And luckily, we have not had to use them. We don't ride them, but we do have them there just in case, which, it's a good... it's good insurance to have an extra bike along with you, because nobody wants to go on a big long trip.
Oh God, no! And
then have a breakdown, because we've been there, we've done that, and luckily we always carry a spare bike. I think we had to break out one of the spare bikes once in Moab, where we had an issue, and hey, I'm getting so. Yeah. So, yeah, I just had to tell the intern to put her phone down because I was getting feedback in my headphones. Isn't that crazy?
Well, it was a question on Facebook because you just did
Oh.
a Facebook Live, and they
Oh,
were
shit.
wondering, it was Michael, do you want to do this because you change elevation so much?
Yes.
Do you want to be able to have the non-fuel, or do you want to have the fuel injected so you don't have to worry about your jets? And I know
Yes.
we talked about this before because I thought all bikes had jets, but it's only
No.
the
They
two-strokes
no. They have
you have
jets.
to
Every
change.
bike has a jet in the carburetor. But what fuel injection does is it's computerized and it adjusts your fuel for your elevation. So I can ride at sea level and go like my bike right now. I can go to the coast. I can go to the dunes, ride. I have the same power that I have if I go up into AF Canyon in Utah and ride at
That's
9,000.
Fork.
American
Canyon,
Fork
right.
Canyon out of Salt Lake, and I'm riding at 8,000, 9,000 feet. I'm not losing my power. I don't have to make any adjustments. And yes, that is why I've been waiting for these two strokes to come out with a fuel injection because I like the two stroke. The one thing that I'm going to have to learn is right now with my 4-stroke, I have engine braking. And which is kind of it's a crutch, but I like that crutch. So I don't wear my brakes out as fast as the 2-stroke guys do because
Right.
I have engine braking that helps me, especially on the downhills.
Throttle it down.
Yeah. So it helps me go downhill. So
Okay.
but I'm really, the 2 strokes they're cheaper to maintain.
Okay.
By far. I mean, if you do a motor rebuild on a 4-stroke, you're looking at $2,000 plus
Okay.
for just top end. 2 strokes, $300-400 bucks. That's all you're doing.
Okay.
And so they're a lot easier to maintain. Weight difference.
Sure.
Those 300s, the weight difference. I mean, mine is a light bike. My little 350,
Yeah.
very light bike compared to my Honda. But now compare it to like my cousin's 300 or Shannon's 300.
Yeah.
It's a tank. I mean,
Which
those
is
guys
funny,
can
'cause
throw
I remember
theirs
when
around.
you got the KTM, you were like, April, this is so
Oh my
much
gosh,
lighter.
yeah.
Like, I can fling this thing around, and it's not a big deal.
Well, now in
I
the
don't get as tired.
which is true, which is in the 4-stroke world, my bike is more of the weight of a 250 versus a 450. So mine is a lot lighter than my 450. My 450 is a pig. I'll be honest with you, it's a pig. And I don't mind riding it, but I don't want to, it just wears me out. So that's where I'm at. I'm definitely going to do 2-stroke. There's some things that I'm holding back, and I did say, why am I holding back? Okay, so the XC I really, really like. I really like how they fit. I like how I fit on them. I'm that's how I feel, right?
I don't know. I thought they were really tall.
They are tall, but the XC is a little shorter than the XCW or the TEI. Now those are a little taller than what I'm used to, so I would have to adjust there. But
Did you say ETI?
the TEI,
TEI.
I think it's TEI, the Husqvarna TEI 300 TEI, but I'm just not sold on going back to a headlight or a taillight.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like an old man. I know I am an old man, but I feel like an old man if I have a headlight.
So in shed, when you're riding,
it's a whole.
oh
God, here we go.
No.
Shed, yeah. I would need a
the only
headlight.
place that you would need a headlight.
Mhm.
So you're saying
Yeah,
it's
for
not really
sure.
worth it to invest in that.
No,
that bike
because I
for
run
that
2 bikes
one.
anyways when I race shed, and I race my KTM in the daylight, and then I break the Honda out
at night.
and I'm fine. And so,
Okay.
but you can only get fuel injection in the ones with the headlights, the enduro bikes. You cannot get it in the, like mine, the cross country bikes. You cannot, they don't have the fuel injection. So am I going to pull the trigger on the 2019? I'm not sure. I may wait till 2020 to see if they put fuel injection in the other 300s.
Okay, when do they come out with the 2020 bikes though? It's in 2019.
Just a couple months.
I was going to say, yeah, it's not like you're going to be waiting a long time.
No. It won't be very long, but I want to see if maybe 2020 they'll fuel inject all the 300s, because right now they only have half of the 300s fuel injected. Well, they only have 2 of them fuel injected on the 300s, which is what the bike I want, the CC I want.
This is the KTM version.
Both. Even the Husky, it only has one model that's fuel injected. The other number plate, one that looks like mine right now, is just carbureted. It's not fuel injected.
How did you feel about the height on both of them?
They were tall. I'm not going to kid you. They were tall this year. They're like 38-inch seat height, and they
you couldn't touch just
no.
sitting straight.
And I'll be honest with you guys,
You're tall.
I'm right at 200 pounds. Today I was under 200 pounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What?
But, and the suspension really, that's another thing, is the suspension is really set up for like I want to say a 160 to 180 rider, 175 pound rider.
Okay.
The manufacturer doesn't set these bikes up, and I wish they would give an option to spring a different spring radius for us heavier guys, because I'm right at 200 pounds, and then with my gear, you got a few more pounds on there, and we're not sprung right on these bikes, and then we got to spend.
I think you're sprung just fine, and you're not heavy.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what she said.
That's exactly what she said.
But we have to spend hundreds of dollars to respring these bikes,
right? So
they react, because the suspension is a huge deal with these bikes,
right?
So we have to spend the money to get them set up for us, which I wish that the manufacturer would give us options.
A consideration in there.
Which, they would give a 170,
like
180.
6'4", and 200 is like your ideal weight.
Well, yeah, and you have to you have to spring it. You have to respring it, because the bike, you can set the sag up, but the sag isn't going to work unless you respring this whole thing.
But you're tall.
Mm-hmm.
So what? And you could. I don't want to say side. I think that's the wrong word. Side saddle it, because you're not like swooping both legs over one side. But in order to touch the ground, your ass was off the seat.
Where did side saddle?
I don't know. That's just
Jesus
my own
Christ.
little imagination.
No, I'm on my tiptoes.
No, you were more than on your tiptoes. You were off the ground on your left foot and on the ground on your right.
And that's where you start to teach the kids, where you lean the bike over and you position yourself on one foot.
Or like the salesperson said, grab a stump somewhere.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said. He was really sweet.
Yeah, I know that old boy.
So nice.
I know, and I did not want to pull he did contact us. I did not want to pull the scam of I've never had a bike before in my life.
Really sweet.
Yeah, he was sweet. He was a good guy.
And they had like a whole museum in the back of the store where you could go in and like
look at the then did you
bikes.
Hear his story where he goes,
about the one,
"Hey, I have
Kawasaki."
My favorite Kawasaki's back there."
Like,
and I let him have it until the day I die. Yeah. And by the way, I was diagnosed with cancer and I'm gonna die.
Oh my God! And he was the nicest guy.
And they said, they just put me to work here just to help out. It's like, dude, if I have terminal cancer,
this is what I want to do.
This is what I want somebody to do to me. Is
so
just
you couldn't pull the whole scam.
No, just let me. Just let me work. Yeah. So I go, oh shit, dude. I haven't been riding as long as you, but I've been riding a long
He was
time.
such a sweet
and
man. We talked about the
he
flooding.
was, yeah.
While you were looking at the bikes
yeah.
and sitting on him.
He
was
was
so
a good guy.
cool. He was
No.
so sweet. Anyway.
So, anyways, yeah. So
Anyway, so when you sat on the Husky,
it's tall.
it's tall.
Those new bikes are tall,
So
and
what
they're
do they do about people like me who are 5'7"
well.
on a good day?
They have lowering links that they can put on, but the lowering links takes the geometry out of it, and
So do they just assume that people that are 5'6", 5'7" are just going to be at a riding level that?
okay. So do you remember an episode? What episode?
Hold on, let me
get
pull up
back to
the-
that
yeah.
where I had to learn to ride, and I couldn't touch the pegs.
Oh yeah, that was one
So,
of the first episodes.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. You
Really?
really need to learn how to just get on your bike and get going and how to stop it. Leave the geometry alone. This is only my opinion. My opinion only.
Sure.
Leave the geometry alone and just make it work. Because when you start putting lowering kits on them, you start sending your forks through the triple clamps. You know, that really makes a big difference in how the bike reacts. It makes a big difference in how it corners.
Sure.
Those bikes are set up just like they are to work
So if
to the
I
optimum
were
amount.
if I were not an indoor pet,
Okay.
if I were a rider and
Right.
I was a confident rider and I had been riding for 40 years,
Sure.
that's not possible. 'cause
That's
I'm
not
only
possible.
30.
You're not that old. You're not as old as I am.
Right.
And I am way over 40.
So what bike would you put me on if I was a competent rider, knowing my height and let's say 70 pounds lighter?
I put you on a 250 4-stroke.
Okay.
Because I think it's light enough, it's nimble, and it's got more power.
Which is so funny because when we met,
Than
I
what
was
we
like,
have.
No, I ride a 2-stroke.
Yeah, no, it has more. It has enough power for what we do.
Sure.
The 450s are worthless for what we do.
Okay.
It's too much bike. It's too heavy. It's too much power. They
So,
just don't work.
When people are looking for bikes for their kids or their spouse,
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, and they're looking at their kids, and they're like, you know, they're 12, even though they've never ridden. They're 4'11"
Yeah.
or 5'2". Do you measure the kid to the bike, or is it power ratio to kid? Like if your kid's feet touch the ground.
Yeah, I think you got to.
You know what I mean?
You got to figure out how much power that bike is, and really what you want to do with it. I mean,
Maybe that's
some
a different podcast. Maybe
yeah,
I just
that
opened a can
is.
of worms.
Let's just pin that because
Okay.
that really is
I just
a
looked
whole
at you
different
today
discussion.
sitting on those bikes, and you're tall.
Uh-huh.
You're much taller than I am, and those bikes had you,
on my tiptoes.
yeah,
Yeah,
straining to
for
touch
sure.
the ground.
But I'm used to that, and I deal with that, and I've dealt with that all the time, so I'm fine
See,
with it.
and I think that's fine, but
Mhm.
you're tall, so
For
I'm
sure.
thinking of somebody who's 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 11.
And I have those riding buddies
Yeah,
that are like
exactly.
that, and they
I'm
ride
thinking
the
a
tall
squirrel.
bikes.
So how tall is Squirrel's bike?
His is for. Oh my gosh, that
There
was the beer.
Hello.
That was a beer burp.
Double IPA. Welcome to the
No,
party.
he's riding a tall bike.
Really?
He's riding a 250, and yeah,
I feel like we need to get the girlfriends
and
back
Squirrel,
in the podcast
he is
so I can answer
yeah.
some.
So he is
some
he is
questions.
under tall.
Yeah.
But we still love him, and
So he has to side.
but he
like has to
but
lean to get
yeah,
off.
he's good, and
Okay.
and
Okay.
you know, he's comfortable on that bike, and that's the
important
main
part, right?
is you have to be comfortable on the bike.
Well, and that was the other question I wanted to ask you after going out with you today
Mhm.
and seeing you sit on the KTM. I remember when you switched from blue to red, you
Mhm.
went from Yamaha
Mhm.
to Honda.
hmm
There was a learning adjustment.
Yeah,
You know,
there was a learning curve.
Now you went
There
from
was a big learning curve from
Honda
Honda
to
to KTM.
KTM.
Huge learning curve.
Sure. And I remember this
Yeah.
because you rode out at the house here
hmm
for a long time practicing,
Mhm.
going really slow and working on your balance and,
hmm
and getting the throttle right. So if you decide to go away from a KTM.
Well, and the geometry is different from Honda to KTM. They corner different. They
okay.
handle different.
Well, and you went from a 450.
But I
right,
can jump off of my KTM and jump on my Honda
Okay.
like it's nothing. And I can ride my Honda like nobody's business. But then when I jump off my Honda back onto my KTM,
Yeah.
it's like learning a new language, and you have to adjust again because it really is. I don't know what it is about the European bikes.
Yeah.
I absolutely love them, and I always have from day one.
Right.
Because I think, before I got my Honda, I
were.
was dead set. I was KTM
You were.
all the way. And
But because of where we worked.
But because of where we worked, I was kind of obligated to, I have to get Honda.
Right.
Because I was riding Yamaha and they were giving me crap then. So, but yeah, it's a learning curve when you jump on the European bikes, and it just takes me just a few minutes, and I feel
You're
comfortable
adjusting.
again. But yeah, the ergonomics, the geometry, it's a little different.
So what is it going to be like, hypothetically, if you decide to go with the Husky instead? Well, I'll tell you
It
one
won't
thing.
be any
I'm going to learn
different.
how to spell Husqvarna really fast because it's a hard word to spell.
Well, that, and I have so much KTM gear.
I
What
know.
if we get Husqvarna, and then I got to get a bunch of Husqvarna gear?
So again, it's www.patreon.com/readventure.
I know. It's for safety.
Because if you haven't
That jacket is safety.
well, remember
That Husky jacket.
the episode we did about you
Yeah.
matching your underwear?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like you match your outfit to your bike, too.
Mhm.
Other than the Sprite gear, but that wouldn't go with Husky either because it has...
No, but you know what? I do. I maybe I have been already pre-planning this.
Oh, no. Wait, have
But
you
you
ordered
know-
gear that I haven't seen yet?
Maybe.
Let me go back to intern mode where I don't care.
Oh, no. Maybe. Just stay out of my gear bag.
I'm
Okay?
not
'Cause
going in
there
your gear
might
bag.
be new gear in there you have no
Isn't
idea
that
about.
hilarious?
I
Like,
know
some
it.
men are like,
I know
don't
it.
open the closet. And you're like, don't get in the gear bag.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Don't get in my gear
hilarious.
bag because
I
I have
won't.
so much. I was hoping to just blend
All
that
your
in, but yeah,
secrets.
there might be a few items in there that you have not seen yet.
Okay, I'm
Oh
fine.
man,
That's fine.
called out, busted.
No, it's fine. I have notebooks in the office that if you
I
look
know,
around too
I know.
carefully, you'll
You and I
not
both do
recognize
this.
them. We do.
You get stuff. You
I
get
do.
shit I don't know about.
I know.
I get new gear.
This is why
But the problem with my new gear is
I know.
I got to have a receipt because I got to write that off on
And I
my
don't.
taxes.
I don't have to.
And it's like, God damn
I'm gonna
it!
have
I
to
can't
put it
hide
on the
anything.
desk. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I
Hope
might
the
have.
intern's on
I-
duty and not the
Okay,
wife.
I'll be honest with you. I might have hid
Oh.
some more new gear, but I got it on sale.
Sure.
Just don't even worry about it. I got it on
It's
sale.
fine. It's fine.
So
it's under the
anyways,
safety
but
category.
but some of my new stuff that I do have
yeah.
is blue and yellow
What?
and white. Blue, yellow, white.
You are
What colors
sneaky
are those?
Sly,
Those are husky colors.
So are you really leaning?
I
honest
really
to
am.
goodness, are
I
you
really
leaning
am.
towards the husky.
Mhm. As
Okay.
much as I really love KTM,
Yeah.
I really am. If I'm sitting on the fence,
Yeah.
I'm really leaning to the husky.
Okay.
Will I get rid of my KTM? No.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that because
No.
I feel like
I won't get rid of
this
that. I love my
multiple
KTM.
Bikes, sure. Well,
Huh?
I love you, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that I wouldn't
get
trade you off
multiple
if I found
partners.
someone new.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's kind of weird
No.
to hold on to the old.
No.
Ladies,
I
am I
really, I have commitment issues.
No,
And
you don't.
and what?
You have hoarder issues. Dirt bike.
You know,
Hoarder
tomato.
Sure.
My
I'm gonna make
my
up
addiction.
a new T-shirt. that says,
Yeah.
I'm a dirt bike hoarder.
Yeah, I'm a dirt bike whore.
Yeah. No, hoarder, not
Oh,
hoard.
not whore?
Hoarder.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
Well,
settle
yeah,
down.
I don't know.
Although you are a dirt bike
I don't
whore. No, you're a sticker whore.
I'm a sticker whore too. But yeah, no,
This is why people come back.
no. If they, I'm serious. If they would fuel inject the XC 300, I would probably lean towards the XC.
And that's
the KTM. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not fuel injected.
Not yet. So I want to see what 2020 brings us.
Which one has the aluminum frame?
KTM.
And which one has
The
carbon?
carbon fiber composite.
Yeah.
That is Husky, which
so
is
Husky's going to be a little lighter
oh my.
and a
well,
larger gas
you know
tank.
what though? I think the Husky for 2019 was actually heavier than the KTM.
How did it feel when you were measuring them both?
Freaking sweet.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, like, could you feel a difference? Which bike brought you the most excitement in an appropriate manner for the podcast?
See, that is an issue because when I pulled them both out and when I sat them,
sorry,
that's what she said. When I pulled them both out at both ends,
I've had 2 glasses of wine.
No, I'm serious.
Hashtag
though.
who drank a bottle?
Yeah, when I pulled those bikes out and actually got to just sit on them and feel them.
Yeah. Which one?
Man,
the
the KTM, you could tell the KTM or the Husqvarna was a lot taller. But when I sat on that XC one,
yeah,
and I think we took a picture of it,
and
we got it on the Facebook.
The damn Facebook.
Gosh, that one.
That one did it?
It felt comfortable because I already ride KTM, so I was comfortable.
Okay.
You know, I've ridden my cousin's Husqvarna, and you know, you just give me a few minutes, and man, that thing feels good. So that's what she said, and so that's why I'm really on the fence with both these bikes. I really want to see.
So do you want to stick with what you know, or do you want to go with something that's uncertain that you're really going to have to challenge yourself with?
I know that's the issue.
I know what you're gonna go with.
Right now, I bleed orange, and do I go white?
You do.
And
I can see it. I can hear it in your voice. You're so excited about the Husky.
I know. I really like the Husky
because you know you already have a KTM.
Because it's got some cool changes to it. It's got
You're
some
looking for
cool
the fuel injection
stuff.
for the two-stroke.
Yeah.
You're looking
for sure.
I mean, I feel like you've made up your mind, even though you haven't.
I know. I don't think I have. I say I haven't.
Look at me.
I mean, I'm looking at a picture of the XC, and I'm thinking, oh man, that's a sweet, that's a sweet looking bike. But I don't know. Do I be that old man and get the headlight?
Nope.
Or do I stay
young
and dumb and go with? I don't know.
Of course you are.
I don't know.
You already bought the gear. Your underwear.
That's so true. That's so true. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm gonna put
we'll give it a few months. We'll give it a few months.
Husky.
Okay.
I'm gonna put $100 bill.
Well, let's see.
Why it's coming out of.
Let's wait. Let's not pull any triggers until they get fuel injected in the number plate bikes, both of them, Husky and or KTM.
Why do you want a number plate bike? Is it just the anti-headlight old man
God,
look?
you know what? Yeah. Ever since I got the Honda, which I have the X, which has a headlight, I felt like a freaking old man.
You rode it on the road, for God's sake.
I know, but I never had a dirt bike with a headlight until then.
Wah,
and then,
wah.
and then I feel like I'm an old man. So then I went back to the number plate, which is a real dirt bike. I feel, in my opinion.
Oh my God, there's air quotes falling all over the place. Like
and
a
so, but then the girlfriends are going, well, what if we get stranded out and it's dark?
Yeah, you can't ride back.
Shit, I'll be back at the trailer drinking beer by then.
That is true. You're kind of a jerk. You just leave everybody behind.
Yeah, there's some stories on that too.
I'm sure we'll pin that.
Some lightning strikes and we need to get the hell out of Dodge.
Hashtag Moab. Yeah. I mean, I've heard the stories, but you need to have the girlfriend.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But yeah, it's going to be, it's still a coin toss.
All right.
Really.
I'm thankful that you let me go with you today.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say the road that we took on our first stop made me car sick? So when you were like, if you don't want to do this, it wasn't that I didn't want to do it. It just, the roller coaster road.
Okay, here we go. So we didn't take the roller coaster road. I took you on the road beside the roller coaster road.
I don't like that road either.
And number two, you know how I am. I like to go from point A to point B to point C to point E. So I like to make my route.
Sure.
Even though I have no plan on what I'm doing, I still have sort of a idea of my journey.
Sure.
So I want to make the easiest path.
Sure.
Which is I don't want to backtrack on anything. So we had to take that windy, hilly road, make you car sick road. to make it all the cogs fit.
Right.
Right?
Right. And it wasn't until we got to our first destination, no, the wine's hitting me, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
that I turned to you and you were like, do you not want to do this? And it's like, no.
Well, I know, because you gave me that, like,
Babe, I'm a total control freak. I think people realize this, right, by now, if they've
I want to go look at dirt bikes. That's all I want to do.
I know, but I need a plan. I need to know what we're doing. I know we're at, I know. This is a long episode.
Ooh, this is too long.
Oh, it's not too long. People listen. Anyway.
I don't know why people listen now.
Because they love you. They're enamored.
They just want to hear which beer I'm
No,
drinking, and then they're done.
They're not. Did I tell you that my coworkers think you sound like Ray Romano? And if I ruin that for everybody, I'm sorry.
Son of a...
But they do. They say...
should I pull my...
No, because what
oh,
if Ray
man.
listens? No. But now that I listen when I go to work, I'm like,
Oh, no.
Stop it. You don't even... What? No. Even your laugh. I swear, on the Facebook, I'm going to post a clip.
Right, okay.
Anyway, that's all I had.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to thank you for letting me go with you today, and lunch was amazing.
Yeah, no
at
problem.
Bow and Vine, and
For sure.
I'm glad that you had a better attitude at work.
I knew what I was going to get to do today,
right?
So I sucked it up and pulled my big boy pants up.
Ladies, know what motivates your man, and just text it to him.
And I just kept my mouth shut and head down, did my job.
Because realistically, you love doing this, but if this
love
was your
doing
full-time
this.
job,
Mhm.
you wouldn't love it. Because I can tell you, when you
Probably
start
not.
monetizing your
Probably
hobby,
not.
you hate it.
No, you're
Right?
absolutely right. But this is, this is a job, and
but you
this
still
is
love it.
This is a job I love to do.
Sure.
I mean, I told somebody, I know this is dragging on.
No, you guys are fine.
And I hate to drag this on because
Do we?
I know you guys get bored after a while.
They don't.
But here's the story. Somebody had asked me.
I love how I'm their devil's advocate, where I'm like, no, keep
how
going.
did you get started in this podcast? And why do you laugh?
Because do you tell them?
Yeah, because I'm not scared.
Tell me what
So
you tell them.
here's what I tell
Scared.
them. So
Yeah.
we were sitting on the porch.
Drinking beer. All the
having
best
a beer.
ideas.
Yeah.
come out of drinking beer on the porch.
And on a Sunday,
Yep.
when we say we don't want to go to work the next day. So every good idea comes out on a Sunday.
They're necessities.
And we're having a beer.
Yeah.
And you said, hey, we could do a podcast.
We could.
And I said,
what?
I said, I don't
Wait,
even know
what?
I don't even know what a podcast is.
I know you were kind of like the old guy.
I'm like the old guy. I'm like my dad. I'm like my dad when the computer doesn't work. I'm just slamming on keys, right?
Jesus, I know.
And it's like,
yeah.
Whoa. Okay, I set him off because
You set him off.
I tapped on the media table. You want to let him out? Just let him out. And Steve. Whew. Hey. Oh gosh.
Let him out.
And that's Steve. So this is what we deal with. So guys, remember we have Steve, our yellow lab, and he hangs out in the studio with us. And if we make any sudden moves or sudden noises, he freaks out. He's a good protector.
decade old.
Yeah.
He's old.
But anyway, somebody had asked me, how did we get started? And I said, my wife and I, the intern and I.
Oh, yeah, careful.
Yeah, so the intern and I, every time we take a road trip,
yeah,
or we sit, we're not big TV people.
Not really.
We don't sit around and watch TV very much. And if the TV is on,
it's usually reruns of MASH
and we're really not even watching it. We're kind of we're kind of doing our own
falling down
thing.
the rabbit hole of buying a new bike.
Buying a new bike, or especially in the summer, we're sitting out on the porch,
drinking beer,
just having conversation, and I think that's why we've been together so long, 23
almost
years,
nearly.
Is that we just endlessly talk,
We're
and
yackers.
we yak, and we have these conversations,
on and on. Nonsense.
And I think you were the one that said,
hey,
why don't we do a podcast? Because we could just ramble on about nothing.
Like, I listen to podcasts.
And that's pretty much what we do is we ramble about nothing. And that's why I don't understand why anybody listens to us.
We're funny.
You might be funny. I'm not funny.
I'm not funny.
But
I'm not
but
funny.
that's the whole thing. And it's like, I don't know. This isn't the Jerry Springer show. We don't tell scripted
we're not
story.
revealing who the father is.
No, we're all shooting from our hip.
Totally.
Thinking of
Topics
an idea
and
a topic of the day.
Sure.
And
I
so
think most of our listeners started out as our friends and family. And they're
I
like,
think
oh
so.
my God, I feel like I'm in the studio with you and I'm laughing on my way to work.
For sure.
And then they started talking about it to their friends, and their friends were like, well, I want to be part of this. And now it's like,
well, yeah, I think, I think it's grown. And thank you, Patreon.
Yeah.
All our Patreons for supporting us, because it really, it takes quite a bit to do this.
But it's fun at the same time.
But it is fun.
Once it becomes a job, it'll change.
Yeah.
I think once we have to do this, because people expect things, it'll be different. So thank you for not expecting anything other than a lot of humor, a little bit of drunk.
And it's gonna be rough when I get on the road too, because I'm gonna be on the road here in a few years. And so I gotta get this new bike. Yeah. And I got to get on the road,
Skype and all that,
and we got to figure out how to.
There'll be another learning curve.
Yeah, so we'll have a mic and another computer on the road with me. Mike,
you're gonna have a mic with you.
He's gonna be my new guy. He's gonna
He's gonna have to be the.
Well, I'm gonna have 2 interns.
Damn it.
Yeah, so
do I still get to be the wife?
We'll talk about that later.
Great.
This isn't the time or the place to talk about that.
Hey, did you tell everybody about the candle?
Let's not worry about that. Right. Goddamn $20 candle.
It's tiny, guys. It's tiny.
Yeah. Listen to the $100 store and.
Oh yeah, the $100 store. Listen to that podcast.
Well, yeah, that's got the candle.
You know what? I think next time when we do the podcast, I'm just going to have a list of what the episodes are, because the $100 store is going to be episode 18.
Episode 18, and
guys, we're already at episode 20. High five!
Hey, the damn $20 candle. It's on Patreon. So if you want to take a look at just how small or big it is, I put it I put it to the keyboard, so it's on Patreon. Yeah.
That's like not even a real beer.
That's a shot glass.
5. Yeah. No, a shot glass is 1 ounce. She's 5 shot glasses.
That is a flight. If you've ever bought a flight of beer, that is 1 flight.
I feel like we're dying out.
Yeah. So let's call this good. Should I finish out with my live feed? Maybe. I don't know.
Have you been live feeding this whole time?
No.
God.
You know what? We should live feed
a whole podcast.
A whole podcast.
Yikes!
Hey guys, I'm live feeding again. We are on the end of our episode. Right?
It's been a while. Yeah,
it's been a while.
We've been going.
So yeah, we're an hour and some into this show.
1 hour and 27 minutes.
Just want to give you guys a heads up. So tune in.
Tune in.
If you enjoy it, give us a 5-star on iTunes, right?
For sure.
On Apple. We love doing what we do.
It's all because of you.
It's all you guys. So for all you guys that missed it and are looking on the live show, tune in. We talk dirt bikes.
I cannot wait until we get to actually do a live show.
I think I would love to do a live show for you guys.
Roll out your dirt bike on stage
for sure.
and have like 5 seats.
1 dirt bike?
3. Whatever.
So we'll roll out all the bikes.
Girlfriends there. This is gonna be epic, you guys.
Yeah, the girlfriends.
You guys are still getting on like the lower floor.
Yeah.
All right.
So again, we're back live. We're ending the show now. So we end it with our little toast of the glasses. Not much left there. I want to tell everybody, have a good night and have fun. Be safe. Have a lot of adventures in your life.
Don't forget to email us your stories. We'll read them on the air.
Yeah, for sure. And
WeAdventureNW@gmail.com.
oh, wait a minute.
What? Whoa.
I've got a special guest,
Hold
Malcolm.
Oh.
Big shout out. You are probably the original girlfriend, so big shout out to Malcolm. Love you, buddy.
Aw.
Check out the old school hat. I think I threw that out earlier for you. Love you, buddy. You're the best. So with that, we're going to end the show. There you go. So you guys be safe.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Email
Enjoy
us
us.
your adventures.
Please jump on to patreon.com and join us. Like I said, it's a couple bucks a month. It helps us do what we love to do. I hate to preach this, but it isn't cheap to do, but I love doing this.
I'm
love
cheap
bringing
and
this
easy,
in.
but the podcast
You are cheap
costs
and
money.
easy, and
Yeah.
the intern is cheap and easy.
Sure.
I'm going to tell her that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the
so
podcast takes a little bit.
The
so
podcast
we
takes a little bit.
appreciate all of our current
We do.
Patreons. We love you guys to
We do.
pieces. Can't wait to get some more.
You guys, love ya.
Until next time.
Till next time, heading out. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.